Welcome to the Footy Wrap for round 3, and please welcome back from England, Paul Hogan.
The old
the lad. Did you have a good time?
I had a fantastic time.
Are you across everything?
I am. I think I've kept up to date. Yep.
Yeah, because the Derby happened on the weekend, rivalry round. West Coast won, which broke a bit of a drought for them, but there was a big fallout. Des Headland lost the plot and beat the hell out of Selwood. Is it Adam Selwood? West Coast?
Yes, so. There's 3 Selwoods now.
Okay, and then Michael Braun also didn't cover himself in glory with his acceptance speech of the... it's the Ross
Glendinning medal.
Yeah. Alright, so let's start off with Desi Headland first then. Tell us your version of events.
Well, from what I can gather, Des Headland has a tattoo of his daughter's face on his arm.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to say anything awful about...
Well, just say it.
Well,
Adam Selwood called his daughter a slut.
That's his own, and she's 6 years old.
Yeah, but, whatever.
What, so you're saying that big deal?
He's just baiting him. Like, once you cross the white line, it's water off a duck's back. That's,
Alright, so what, I could say something about a female member of your family wouldn't even worry you?
Yeah, well, not on the sporting arena, it's just gamesmanship.
Your sister's a bitch.
Well, yeah, alright.
She's just
I wouldn't
trash.
if it was... You asked my sister out.
Yeah. Well, no.
Forget about that though. What about Michael Braun in his acceptance speech of the Ross Glendinning medal?
Yep.
Told the whole footballing world that
30-odd thousand people live there
and on TV,
at the game, millions watching on television.
That he hopes the Eagles have a fucking good year.
Yep, a fucking good year.
Yeah.
And,
that's all right.
And at first, John Worsfold was going to let him go.
Yeah.
Because John Worsfold just said he slipped. It was just a slip.
Well, I mean, on the sliding scale for John Worsfold's team at the moment, it's not the most serious.
That's true, actually. Michael Braun will probably get a bloody pay increase or something. He's just guaranteed himself a slot in the starting 18 for the rest of the season. I guess that night John Worsfold sat down and he thought, well, he hasn't punched anyone, and he hasn't broken anything off a taxi, he hasn't smashed a car, he hasn't run away from police.
He's not doing crack.
From what I can gather, he's not dead on the floor of a Vegas casino.
Look, they may not have the footy show in London, so you might not have seen a story that Craig Hutchison broke on the footy show, Paul, regarding Steve Johnson.
Just before we go on, is it just me or does this camera angle look like some of those photos you used to get as kids with like your brothers or sisters, at Myers, pixie photos? That's sort of, you'd sort of be...
Oh, if you
like
put your hand on my shoulder. Yeah, that's Southern Hill.
Yeah. Alright, continue.
Yeah, about Steve Johnson's dad, who apparently heard some unsavoury things about Steve at the footy and turned around and belted some bloke, and now he's up on an assault charge.
So Steve Johnson's dad was defending his son?
Yeah, he's defending his honour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you don't think of that, do you? That
would
when
be hard.
You're yelling out and you're abusing players...
That's someone's son.
Yeah.
Or someone's, brother. Yeah.
It sort of brings new meaning to the father-son rule, doesn't it?
That would be hard to cop, though, if someone was doing that about your son, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely.
So, but then, look, there was a bit of controversy about whether or not that was a newsworthy story. Do you find that interesting?
I find that really interesting, because that gets to the guts of football. That sort of lets us get to know a little bit about football families.
Yeah. Well, Wayne Carey didn't agree with you, and he had a big swipe at Craig Hutchison, saying that it was completely unnewsworthy and shouldn't have been brought to the public's attention. It's just a private matter for someone who's not even involved with a footy club. It's just the father of a player, and that should be the end of the story.
And Wayne Carey said this?
Yeah.
So Wayne Carey thinks that, maybe we should never have found out about his incident in the toilet at the barbecue.
Well, presumably, but that was directly related to him, so he said that would be okay.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so that one would be...
So would we be allowed
directly related to the footy club.
Know about the incident, down on King Street with the woman's,
where he grabbed a woman on the breast?
Well, allegedly.
Yeah, well, presumably that's sort of treading on thin ice there, so you probably...
Alright, we wouldn't be able to know about the incident between Wayne Carey's brother and Mick Martin.
Well, they had a punch-up?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would be a no-go. We probably wouldn't go there,
okay.
Definitely, because that's...
What about when Wayne Carey's cousin and Dane Swan got into a big punch-up at Federation Square a couple of years ago? Would that be...
Beat the shit out of a couple of hooligans?
Yeah.
No, we probably wouldn't touch that either.
Right,
so,
okay.
Yeah. Where did Carey play again?
I don't know. Was he a forward?
I think he played in Adelaide. Paul, if you were looking for a reality TV show idea, surely you'd have to make it about someone from Carlton. It's drama.
Yeah, you could have one about Fev.
Yeah.
You could have one about Dickie Pratt.
Do you want the latest instalment of the Whitnalls?
Oh, yes, the Whitnalls.
Now, what's Lance Whitnall's brother's name? Shane?
Shane Whitnall, yep.
Yeah. He had his house egged I haven't heard about that since I was in high school.
That's very old-fashioned, isn't it? Is it October already?
Is it okay to laugh at that?
I think so.
It's topical.
As long as no, people or chickens were hurt during the process.
Yeah, and he hasn't explicitly come out and said that it was Lance.
Yeah.
But he said you put 2 and 2 together. And I think he actually thinks it might have been Lance's wife.
Lance's wife?
Yeah.
Mrs. Whitnall's gone down to Safeway and got a dozen extra large and taken them round to her brother-in-law's house.
Well, it's good to have you back, Paul. Thanks for joining me again. It's a big weekend coming up for 4 teams in particular. Melbourne, Richmond, North and Fremantle, who are all yet to have a win and 3 losses on the board.
I'll tell you what, it's...
4 losses. Sack the coach.
They can probably count their season over.
Yeah.
And incidentally, happy Easter.
I don't know, Easter's come and gone. You were away.
I got some great gifts. I got some Easter eggs from, now that we do this sort of stuff, a lot of football personalities, Bruce McAvaney gave me a little basket of eggs. And Nathan Buckley gave me like a really big one from Darryl Lee.
Bruce McAvaney gave me a basket of hand cream.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was nice.
Well, and of course, Lance Whitnall's wife came round and she just threw the eggs at the house, but that was fine. That was all right. I picked them up and ate them.